Let's get the awkward part out of the way first. I do not like this episode title, League of Villains versus UA Students. Makes me very worried.
That thing with force. We need you strong. What's going
Horikoshi
on?
is too horny.
Midnight,
I wish he would not be that way. So I guess I should, stop and talk about that. So I have not been reading the manga. However, it was pretty much impossible to not get spoiled on the controversial cover that came out. I guess it was a month or two ago now, that had Invisible Girl on it. It was pretty risque, which is obviously very awkward when the main characters, including that character, are like younger high school students. I realize there are some cultural differences there, but I feel like the anime should be trying to tone that down a little bit. I get that there would be people who complained about censorship or whatever, but I think if you know the mangaka is gonna be putting things in that they should not, yes, it's an immensely popular series, but you should do the right thing when you make the show, which I also understand is also being made in Japan. So, you know, there's different cultural expectations among sexualization of minors there, but it's borderline. Like here, what I'm complaining about is Midnight, right? But who's an explicitly sexualized hero. They address that in the show about how even the hero society in the show doesn't know if her outfit and like the way she presents herself is appropriate. I've complained about it before in my reactions because she's a teacher and she acts inappropriately with her students. But here it's, I don't know. I guess I'll probably address it more when the anime gets to wherever the manga is that showed Invisible Girl. So
on his back. According to Miss Midnight,
Momo is one of the outfits that always comes up when this debate is out.
Normally, this tranquilizer will pump at least 30 liters in him.
30 liters of tranquilizer, holy heck.
An injection is impossible.
Should be enough mud to snare him.
I wonder why they can't just trap him in the mud. Like, use all their trapping abilities.
Poor Miss Midnight, kill her.
If Midnight got killed by a bunch of B-grade villains.
I'm sure she's fine.
Bombs?
No, this isn't the time to
Like
hold
this.
back.
Is this shot necessary?
Be
No,
ready.
it's not.
He's right.
Man, Class B's powers are so cool, and I wish we got to see them more.
God.
Nope. Ooh! You know, Mr. Compress is kind of MVPing here.
The kid is powerful.
Ooh!
I used every shot I had left, but he's no longer a threat.
He can shoot his little balls out of his prosthetic hand. That's cool.
Open!
I've always liked Mr. Compress, though. His power is kind of, It has some unique uses, though.
But you can't let this monster get to it!
So, he's got a quirk that turns morale into physical power, a quirk that makes him not feel any pain. Obviously, he's got some strength quirks, some durability quirks. The question is, Gigantomachia it's been implied to be like an older henchman of All For One, like from back in the day, meaning All For One created him, maybe with or without the doctor's help, like before he was making Nomu, like long before he was making Nomu. So if anything, Gigantomachia is kind of like the original Nomu, except I don't think he's a corpse like the Nomu are. I think he was just strong enough to begin with that they could pack all those quirks into him. Because if I'm not mistaken, if that was Gigantomachia in the flashbacks that where Pinky and Red Riot were, back in the past, and he asked where the heroes were to Pinky, I think that was him, but he was way smaller then, and that wasn't that long ago, so maybe they're not even the same person, actually. I was kind of thinking they were, but now that I see the size difference, it's completely impossible, right?
It's costing me too much time. A mistake in judgment.
I believe that's the same voice actor who did Sloth in Full Metal Alchemist now, which makes sense. They're basically the same character. No way. Yeah, I was gonna say. It's okay, he had his full hardening on. Whoa! Anti-tank cannons. What?
Red Riot got it
Oh.
in his mouth. He pulled it off.
How did she have enough juice to make that? She's been training too, I guess.
We can't rely on the work study students to do all the work.
Majestic's one of the top 10 as well, if I'm remembering
The
correctly.
insignificant pests keep
What the heck? His face is a transformer?
No way.
This is so tense.
Self-described. So rotten it's infested with maggots.
There is something correct about his ideology, though. That's the dangerous thing about him.
Trash not used to being protected.
Gran Torino
Endeavor's firepower
not
has
giving
grown
him
weaker.
any
Must have
more
used too many
time.
Big moves. What a terrible face. Shimura.
Yeah, it's scary. Oh no. It really is a family tragedy, right?
I doctored the red. So.
Like, she
no
went to...
longer-
He got the quirk bullets out of his pocket. Ooh.
Now I have this.
Yeah, he's trying to...
Deleter!
He's trying to take out Eraser.
I can't let him
Like, Eraser is their trump card. They cannot let him be taken out.
100%!
No! The episode ends! Oh! This can't be real. Eraser cannot be depowered. Absolutely cannot. And if he is, Eri will fix him and Mirio. Has to happen. It has to happen. Eraser cannot be without his quirk. Ay, ay, ay. Huh. Okay, so let's say that blow was enough, that's all that Shigaraki could do. Does that mean he gets back up if Eraser closes his eyes? Because the super regeneration will kick back in. Whew. Next episode is going to be wild.